Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling the single biggest roadblock that's probably holding you back right now. Yep, we're talking about fear. We're going to fundamentally rewire how you look at it and break down the exact mindset that makes ordinary people absolutely unstoppable. Let's get right into it.
So I want you to honestly ask yourself, what would your life actually look like if fear just wasn't a factor at all? Would you finally start that business, launch that YouTube channel, maybe get up and speak on a stage? We all have that one thing we keep putting off, right?
And we delay those dreams for years. We make up all sorts of excuses about the timing not being right or not having enough money. But here's the harsh truth we kind of like to ignore. Failure isn't the thing stopping us. Not really. Fear is the ultimate dream killer. It's way more lethal than actually trying and falling flat on your face.
Now, most people totally misunderstand what it actually means to be fearless. They think the fear just magically vanishes. Newsflash, it doesn't. True fearlessness is literally just the learned ability to take action anyway, even when your heart is pounding out of your chest.
Which brings us to Section 1, fear is a signal, not a stop sign.
Think about doing something huge, like starting a business, pivoting your entire career, or just hitting publish on your first video. What do all of those have in common? They actually matter to you. They're meaningful. And anytime you attempt something that truly matters, feeling fear is pretty much a biological guarantee. It's wired into us.
So the trick is, don't treat that fear as some giant, impenetrable brick wall that's meant to keep you out. Treat it as a doorway. That sudden spike of anxiety, it's actually a massive, flashing signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're about to level up. You just have to push the handle and walk through.
Let's move on to Section 2. Courage comes before confidence.
Okay, so here's the totally flawed mindset that traps so many of us. We sit around waiting for confidence to just magically appear before we make a move. But honestly, your first video is going to be awkward. Your first time speaking in public will be terrifying. That's just how it is. Courage absolutely has to come first. You summon the courage to act, and that very action is what actually builds your confidence for the next round.
And that leads perfectly into Section 3, stop imagining the worst. Fear absolutely loves to play worst-case scenarios on an endless loop in our heads, right? It's always whispering, but what if I fail? Well, the quality of your questions totally determines your future. You've got to consciously flip the script. Start asking yourself, wait, what if I actually succeed? What if taking this exact leap completely transforms my life?
Look, even if things don't go perfectly according to plan, just remember, failure is temporary. You learn, you pivot, you dust yourself off, and you move on. But regret is sticky. It can last forever. Decades from now, you aren't going to regret the bold risks that didn't quite pan out. You are going to profoundly regret the shots you never even took.
All right, Section 4, the two versions of you.
Let's do a quick thought experiment. Imagine yourself exactly 1 year from today. Basically, there are two versions of you. Version A listened to fear, stayed nice and cozy, and, surprise, absolutely nothing changed. Version B, though, they made one brave decision today. Sure, over the next 30 days, they faced some rejection and learned some really tough lessons. But fast forward a year, they've built an entirely different life. And the crazy part? The difference between those two versions isn't natural talent. It's literally just the daily decision to keep moving forward anyway.
Honestly, playing it too safe is kind of like a betrayal of your own potential. Think about a ship sitting safely docked in a harbor, completely shielded from the storms. Sure, it's safe, but ships were never built to just sit in the harbor, right? They were engineered to cross oceans. Staying in your comfort zone protects you, for sure, but you weren't put here to hide from life. You were meant to actually experience it.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, building your fearless habit. You see, becoming fearless isn't some rare personality trait you're just born with. It's a muscle. It's a habit you build through intentional, daily practice. So speak up in that morning meeting. Learn a ridiculously difficult new skill. Take a healthy, calculated risk. Say yes to a massive opportunity even if you don't feel 100% ready. If you just commit to doing one tiny thing that scares you every single day, I promise you, you will forge an unstoppable mind.
You really have to keep this fundamental rule of personal growth in the back of your mind. Fear is always going to stand right between you and the life you actually want. But every single massive opportunity, every crazy breakthrough, everything you've ever genuinely dreamed of achieving, it's sitting right there, waiting for you on the exact opposite side of that fear. It's literally just waiting for you to take that first terrifying step.
So please, whatever you do, do not wait until you feel fearless to get started. I'm telling you, that day is never going to arrive. You actually become fearless by taking messy action right here, right now. Just one brave decision today, literally just one, has the absolute power to completely alter the trajectory of your entire life.
So the next time you're standing right at the edge of a massive decision and fear starts whispering in your ear telling you can't do this, I want you to look right back at it, completely flip the script, and simply say, "Watch me." So I'll leave you with this to chew on today. What is that one brave decision you are going to make right now to prove your